It's Madden NFL 24, and we'll see Frankie Louvu, who had a strong showing last week with an 8-tackle game. It's the Tigers and the Shamrocks, and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us in the shadow of the Eiffel Tower in the fabulous European capital of Paris, France. Today it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Dublin Shamrocks taking on our home team. With my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you look at this Paris team as it gets ready here. They come in 0-3 and in desperate need of a win.
And as a team, you start to feel a little bit snake bit. They need something good to happen right now so they know it's not just them. They think they have the makings of a good team.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Dubliners, they too were losers last week, so they're also hoping to get back in the win column.
Something's got to give in this one, right? Both teams want to start a new streak, and they both want it to be a victory. This should be a fun one.
Fall is in the air, and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in Week 4. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. Dublin's offense now set to take over. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
First run of the game for Jahmyr Gibbs, the Alabama product. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. When you look at this defense, it's a unit that has had all sorts of issues against the pass. Dead last in the NFL, number 32 in the league.
That was a nice play right there, but overall this season, it's been an absolute disaster. A total lack of communication on the back end. They need a leader who can put this team, this unit, on his shoulder pads and carry them to the right spots.
5 yards, and that means they come up short as they're going to have to punt here on the opening drive. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a glance here at their quarterback standing 6'3".
And it's funny how we always talk about how analytics are starting to creep into the game. One analytic that's been there for a long time, teams that start 0-3 usually don't make the playoffs. So we know one quarterback today that's determined to end that slide right now. It's not impossible, but this is a must-win for him and his team.
They start on the ground here at Sanders. And that to the 30. It'll be 2nd down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
On 2nd down, here's a keeper by the QB. And it's a fumble. And the defense will get their hands up. Look at the big man rumble. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line.
think what we just saw there with that fumble return is the increased emphasis on taking the ball away from another team. And no one wants to just fall on in football anymore, do they? They want to take it and try and score themselves.
But when you fall 1 yard short of getting in the end zone as a former defender, you know it hurts a little bit, doesn't it?
Not only does it hurt, the laughter in film is going to be intense. You are going to get jumped on for not making it all the way to the end zone.
And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he is not going to get in as the big body stop him at the 1. He tried to break that plane but couldn't get there, and that's going to leave him now at 3rd and goal. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. It's the fullback with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Shamrocks take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Well, if at first you don't succeed, try again. They go to the big man. Second time he gets it done.
Almost as if they were feeling like he was establishing a rhythm. Give it to him again and again. And how about the end result? Finishes it off in the end zone.
Touchdown, great run, and the score. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. They had the fumble on the last drive, wound up leading to the opening touchdown. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. He'll drop to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. He was looking for Miles Sanders out of the backfield, and it'll bring up 3rd down. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And they will have the football deep in enemy territory all the way at the 10-yard line. The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and goal. They'll run with Gibbs. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall. That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them. On 2nd down, Wilson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the defense. He's got daylight. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And they've got to be still reeling from the events of a moment ago. What a turn on that last play.
You're knocking on the door. You're about to take it in. You think you're going to get some points on the board. Instead, you cough it up and watch them take it the rest of the way to the opposite end zone. That's a 2-score swing that you just gave up.
Drive starts with a run from Gibbs. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
On 2nd down, here's the option. Ritter has it knocked down. Well, it looks like one of the DBs has it. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Well, my friend, this has certainly been a comedy of errors here in the first quarter. Neither side able to really hang on
to the ball.
Yeah, now I'm just curious to see which team can adjust because both have made their mistakes, as you said.
Yeah, and whoever can do that can seize firm control of this game, something they haven't done with the ball so far.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
It's a second down run with Sanders. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
And this one is right down Broadway. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So the fumble recovery had them set up in ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Dublin's offense now set to take over. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. Oh, jumping early from his tight end spot. Maybe trying to get a jump start on that route.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right about that. And oftentimes when you see that, that means the play call was supposed to come in his direction, and he was eager to go catch a pass.
Second down, and they go back to Gibbs. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Now the defense loses him. It's complete. It's a big play there on 3rd down. 42 yards.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? A guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field, pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route, well run, and the football, right on the money.
And they run the option here on 1st and 10. Winner has it knocked out. It's going the other way. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. So that play, I mean, it was pretty well blown up from the start, and it results in a turnover.
Yeah, when you're running the option like that as a quarterback, you have so many different keys and reads to make.
Now the ball comes loose. And it looks like one of the DBs has it. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And they'll begin by running the option. And he's brought down at the 19 after a gain of 19. First down in the red zone. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there and worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play. Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Ritter to throw it. And it's caught. Touchdown. Wandale Robinson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Shamrocks have regained the lead.
They went 5 wide in that offensive set, In racing, going 3 wide's a big deal. To go 5, how about the way that they finish things off?
Did you just fit a race car reference into the game?
Zoom, zoom. How about the way that you play? When you go 5 wide, that means you're going fast now.
Zoom, zoom indeed. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and the lead is now 14-10. This taken in right around the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Here's the Paris offense ready to take possession. Charles, you got to think the #1 goal here is ball security. Remember, last drive they coughed it up. Then they allowed the touchdown, and now they're trailing on the scoreboard.
Boy, the way you described it makes me think that that one actually hurt them 3 times. The fumble cost them potential points. Then they watched their opponent get a touchdown off of the fumble. And third, they lost the lead as a result. Really tough sequence right there. I don't think coaches have to remind them to hold on to the football. They've just got to find a way to get it done.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. They run with Sanders off the option. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. It's a gain of 3, and it'll be 2nd down. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. Now back to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Fielded just inside the 30. A 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Dublin with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it 2nd down and 11. Ritter will set up to throw it. Going underneath, Gibbs has it, and he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now, 3rd and long. Back to throw, Ritter. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. Off the option, here's Gibbs. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Ritter back to throw. He's got it complete to Gibbs. Touchdown! Jahmyr Gibbs, 47 yards. And they are able to add on to their advantage.
And that's another route that defenders would vote to take out of the game.
The wheel route?
Oh, without a doubt. You're just trying to move everybody in one direction. And whether it's a running back or another receiver, as they zip out on the sideline, you've got a problem on your hands.
Yeah, well, the defenders hate it there. It happened, and it resulted in a touchdown. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Here's the Paris offense ready to take possession. They'll look to make some inroads here, trailing 21-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Now that's a run that warms a play caller's heart because you're actually set up to do whatever you want on offense. You can come right back and run essentially the same play because you have momentum. Or you can fake that running play and throw something deep over the top. Or you now feel like you have an extra down to play with. Because if you go ahead and just throw it and you don't get it, come back and try and pick it up on 3rd down.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting 1 more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was. And now it's 3rd down.
No, bottled up fumble. It's out. It's loose. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
So possession goes over here on the punt, and they will take over 1st and 10. They'll start by running the option to the right. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down. Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so they didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It'll be a loss of 6 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Now it's Wilson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble. That could have been trouble. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered because had the defense gotten it, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
And you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you've got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
They'll run with Sanders up the middle. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
If you're looking for glory, looking to get your name in the headlines, you do not want to play nose tackle. But how about what we just saw there? The ability to hold people up, take on extra blocks, and actually slip them and make a tackle on that play. That's big time.
And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Tigers have cut it back within a score. Well, with this rookie QB, we talk a lot about his ball placement and how good he can be at laying it right in there. I think we just saw, Charles, though, the strength of that arm. That was an absolute rifle for the completed touchdown.
It absolutely was, and let's face it, you think he was really ready to get that first touchdown? Absolutely. He threw that pass with authority, just as you described. Big-time arm right there, and let's face it, a lot of quarterbacks used to be pitchers in baseball. The fastball was usually their best pitch, and we saw it there.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Dublin's offense now set to take over. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
On second down, here's Gibbs. Oh, and now some space to operate. He's still on his feet. And finally taken down at the 15. 69 yards rushing for him, as he has been tough to stop here this first half. The option can be so difficult to defend, and that is illustration number 1 right there.
Are you taking a shot at me as a defensive guy?
Absolutely.
Is that what you're doing?
Absolutely. I saw your tape. I wasn't alive, but I've seen the tape.
But you're exactly right. That assignment football is a killer for a defense. Very difficult to defend, and you sure hate to see that guy break into the open field when you took the wrong guy.
You're not that old.
Yeah.
They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard. They work now on 2nd and 9. So it looks like somebody may have forgotten the snap count, and a 5-yard penalty ensues.
Ball start, offense.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Out of the gun, they'll give to Gibbs. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing, because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run.
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And this will be scooped up by the defense. He already had the 1 fumble loss, so now 2 fumbles lost here in this first half.
Not setting the pace the way that you want it done. I mean, here in the first half, already twice the ball's come out and hit the turf. Got to find a way to take care of it. Otherwise, they may have to start thinking about maybe someone different at that position.
Here's Sanders on first down, going nowhere as he's tackled well behind the line. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. He'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be corralled right around the 34.
Holding, offense.
So that one a hold, right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
Now here's a throw that's complete. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. On 4th down, Ryan Stonehouse on to punt. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. So a change of possession here on the punt. Dublin's offense now set to take over. And so close to hitting pay dirt last time, fumbling down near the goal line. Now, how does that affect their psyche this time around?
It's a tester, that's for sure, because to be that close and come away with no points is really disappointing, not just for the guys on offense, but the defensive players, too, who thought, hey, we're going to put some points up and have a little momentum going. They've got to find a way to just get it out of their minds, let it go,
short-term memory,
and move on to the next series.
Here's Wilson. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
From the gun on third down, Wilson. He had a man open, but he missed it, and it's incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive, and he rifles one incomplete.
Partner, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with, some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting to 50% thus far.
Well, certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now. Now a throw here to his running back. He's to the 15. Touchdown! Miles Sanders, 75 yards. And the Tigers are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Well, forget about the weapons out wide. He knows he's got another weapon in the backfield of the passing game, Charles, and he utilized him perfectly on that play.
And the offense coordinator showed me something on that play, Brandon, because so often during a game, our cameras find them looking down at their play sheets, and you wonder if they're absorbing anything. He had something specific in mind, and he went to it, and it worked well.
Point after, right down the middle. And that gives him a 3-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Dublin's offense now set to take over. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. There's Wilson to throw. He's going to air one out. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit him over the top, unsuccessfully.
Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Again, Wilson. Wide open receiver complete. And he's brought down. And now they're in the hurry-up. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And that one to the right side and incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
The kick by Fairbairn is good, and that will do it for this first half. So thanks to the late field goal, we are all tied up heading to intermission. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, time for a trip around the league on this final weekend of September. We'll begin up at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore. And it's the Condors who have the lead. The Condors trying to hold on and claim victory. From there, we'll stay in the AFC North as we head to the Confluence to check on the Steelers at home in Pittsburgh. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. A couple of touchdown passes there for Joe Burrow. Lastly, let's get out to Jacksonville. See what's happening with the Jaguars at TIAA Bank Field. And in that one, it's the visiting Giants who have the lead. 2 touchdowns there for Saquon Barkley. We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. They're all even to this point. This has the feeling of a game that could go right down to the wire. One mistake or one big play could turn out to be the difference. With both of these offenses having their way, it's not likely they'll need to be doing a whole lot at halftime. But the defenses are definitely in need of some adjusting. And for the call of the second half, let's go back out to Brandon and Charles.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled it to 20. And this offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. This offense ready for the first drive of the third quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the second half, getting the ball first, you've got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense?
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. They pick up 11 in addition to moving the chains.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
He'll keep it himself. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11. I'll tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Running lanes run a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. That one a first down pickup of 8. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They're really locked in on offense.
That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And he's going to pull his way down to about the 1-yard line. A good run on 1st down, and now they contemplate a 2nd and goal situation. Sanders, he is going nowhere in a hurry as he is going to lose yardage here in a big way. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
It's 3rd and goal.
They'll set up to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. 2-2 on the run from 4 yards out. And the Tigers have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Well, to put it mildly, he's been able to dice up this secondary all game long, and this time that was a missile that he threw into the end zone and adding another touchdown to his ledger.
And I think we see these youngsters develop a lot quicker than we ever have because when they get started in this game, they're not just throwing passes around. They're reading coverages early. So now they're like seasoned pros earlier in their career. How about this one here? If they win this ball game, a game ball definitely coming from his head coach.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Jahmyr Gibbs and the rest of the offense headed back out.
He's toppled the century mark already receiving the football, closing in on that on the ground, too. They've really had trouble handling him.
I think from what we've seen in this game, his success through the air has started to open things up for him on the ground, because now he's loosened up the defense, right? They've got to play just about every snap as if another receiver can get downfield on them, and he's been that receiver. Now they bring him back to the backfield. I think his yardage running the ball will increase as this one goes on.
Well, they might need to devote some extra attention to him, something just to stop the momentum he has. On second down, here's Wilson.
The short throw pulled in by Woods.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And this offense back to needing 10 yards after the false start. 3rd and 10. Now Wilson.
Looking for Woods again, and he finds him.
And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. Here's Logan Cook now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. This is taken at the 18. A 48-yard punt, 7 on the return. Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. He's got to like what he's seen from himself so far, right, Charles? He's just looking, had a great first half, good here in the 3rd quarter, just looking to keep that going.
So what you're saying is he can't wait to watch the game film on this one, right? That's he's going to roll what he sees, but he wants to finish up strong, continue to be as sharp as what we've seen in this game, and find a way to close it out with even bigger numbers. No interceptions is probably his favorite stat.
Yeah, and the 3 touchdowns, too.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. 9 yards on the first down keeper, and it's 2nd and 1. Up the middle they go with Sanders. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Early down stuff will put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
An option handoff given to Sanders. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. 53 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Now a play fake here on first down. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. The 4-yard pickup that gets him going forward, but still 15 yards left on 3rd down.
A tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Decent gain on the scramble is 6, but now it's 4th. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Dublin's offense now set to take over. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Second down, and they go back to Gibbs. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the third quarter. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Oh, no, he lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson. A quick throw there is incomplete.
It certainly looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Here's Wilson. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
What would look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
They go play action now. Wilson firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming from the left hash. This from 34. Fairbairn able to put this one through. And this is back down to a 7-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
And there's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get it the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Paris offense out to have another go at it. Their lead back down to 1 score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
12 yards there and a first down.
That's good. 4.
They run with Sanders off the option. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. I'm sure that that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. A 3rd down conversion with a strong gain of 14. So the 14 yards actually takes him from 143 to the other for 1st and 10.
It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's second down.
This has been an up-and-down, back-and-forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive could take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
An option handoff given to Sanders. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key third down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key third down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Oh, no, he lost the football. And that ball popped free. We can hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone of the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on him.
Yeah, and you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. Guys, we have the lead. Just take care of the football. Don't make it easier for them to start to make a comeback.
65 yards rushing for him now to this point. So they need 6 yards here on third down. They're 2 for 2 on third down tries so far on this drive. And he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. Now Wilson on first down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. And they're going to speed things up here. Throwing on second and long. Wilson. Hyatt has got it. And he'll be taken. They work it across midfield. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. They'll throw down the field, caught by his running back. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested, and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
Throwing again here, Wilson. Finds Gibbs on the check down. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Wilson. Over the middle, complete. It's Gibbs. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing is Wilson. Looking middle, and that's complete. On second down, Wilson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Touchdown! Keyshawn Butte. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Shamrocks have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And the lead is down to a field goal now. So that drive in total 8 plays. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Well, Paris offense out to have another go at it. Well, they can smell victory, partner. They can see it on the horizon, but certainly we're not done yet here. Defense still has 3 timeouts, and obviously this is a very slim lead they're holding on to.
And let's face it, the easiest way to get this done, challenge your ground game, challenge your offensive line, your tight ends, your receivers, anyone who's going to lay down a block. Don't let there be penetration because they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and maybe bring extra people to the ball. If you can do that, make them burn their timeouts, run out the clock, life will be good. But if you really want to gamble a little bit, a quick play action, quick throw, might be able to get it done. Just make sure it's not incomplete and stop the clock.
Well, this one complete downfield on the left side. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Shotgun snap, and then the give to Sanders. And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, hopefully, obviously, nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, are going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Well, this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1.
A short gain that doesn't get him the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. Wilson to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line. It's a sack. Well, it took us until the final play charge to officially decide a winner, although on that last play they were so backed up it would have taken a miracle, and they couldn't get that miracle done.
Well, I like how you stayed with it because we both knew that this had to go down to the last play, and neither side was going to exhale until that play concluded because we've seen the improbable before. A couple of laterals, maybe some poor defense on the back end. They might have gone all the way to the end zone. In this case, though, it didn't happen. Perhaps next time.
So for Paris, it took a few weeks, but they finally get their first one of the season here in Week 4. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for the Dubliners, they too will leave here at 1-3. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.